Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. If you are watching us today while we are airing live right now, come on in and tell me hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm so excited about today's project. I have a really cute, I think it's going to be cute, DIY primitive snowman from start to finish, you guys. That's what we are doing today. If you love things that are primitive, a little bit grungy or rustic, a little like a country Christmas type of decor going on in your home, then today's project will be something I think you will definitely enjoy. Hop on in here and say hello. We're making a primitive snowman today from start to finish, you guys. I'm actually in the kitchen today, although we are not going to be baking anything edible, but we are going to be baking some fabric for our snowman today. I'm taking you from start to finish, all the way through the process. It's not going to be hard, but I want you to see all the steps today. So that's what we're doing. So hop on in here and tell me hello. Hello, Miss Sheila. You love snowman and primitive. Well, you're in the right place, sweet friend. Hello, Miss Deborah. How are you all? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. So we have a good little chunk amount of time, I don't know. I kind of combined all kinds of phrases right there in that little snippet. But I think it's going to be a great project, and it's going to be from start to finish. I'm going to kind of show you exactly how I do it. I am using a printable design pattern today. That's what I was trying to say. A design pattern today, and it is created by a designer. They have a shop on Etsy called Peach Bottom Primitives, I believe is what it's called. Let me make sure. I've used her before. Yes, Peach Bottom Primitive by Denise Jones. I have linked that pattern in my video description, or if you click the little link icon, if you're watching this on Facebook, if you click the little link icon that's at the bottom of your screen, sometimes it'll show up as 3 little dots at the bottom of your screen. You tap on it, it'll show like featured links or something like that. There is a link there that is called DIY Primitive. I think they call it snowman ornaments, but we're going to actually make an actual snowman. Now, in this pattern, the pattern, you guys, is $3. $3. So even if you could create this on your own, what's $3 going to hurt, right? $3 takes the hard work out of it. I think for me, it's worth it, and you can purchase it on Etsy, to download it onto your computer or phone, and then print it on your home computer. I printed it off in black and white, and I've already put the pieces together. Now there's several options, so let me kind of give you a close-up. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. This little photo right here kind of shows you the options. With this pattern, you've got 3 different options. You can make these little bow fillers, those little cute little snowman bow fillers right there. Aren't they adorable? And then not only those, she gives you the pattern for the tall snowman that's right there in the center. And then she also gives you the pattern for the little snowman. I think she calls those crock picks or crock fillers or something like that. But I thought, how nice. 3 different options for $3. Now, I don't in any way get any kind of kickback from this. I'm just sharing things that I love. You all know that when I find something I like to share it with you guys. And it's on sale. It's not always $3. I don't know what the regular price is. I just saw that it was on sale. I fell in love with it as I was looking, and I thought, that's what I want to do, because I love snowmen, but I haven't made one snowman yet, and it's been a long time since I've made a snowman. So it's time to make a primitive one today. Good morning, Miss Michelle. This is a segment also that is broadcasting. We're cross-streaming over into the Craft on the Clock group, where we have live crafting Monday through Friday every day, early morning till late at night. You all check it out if you're not familiar with that, okay? Good morning, Miss Misty. How are you? I saw when you came on this morning, but I didn't get to catch your whole live. I'm sorry. I was kind of running around. I've been trying to find my rusty little mini jingle bells, and they must have grown legs and walked away, because I can't find them anywhere. I've turned my craft stashes upside down trying to find them today. So we're going to have to improvise there. They'll turn up when I'm not looking for them. That's how it always goes, right? Good morning, Timmy. Hello, Kim and Holly. So this is the snowman pattern, okay, that I've printed out. And let me show you, I printed this out on my printer. She gives you the instructions. I will say that I'm not going to follow the instructions exactly as she has them, because it is a pattern that is really designed for someone to sew and piece together. I'm not doing that. I'm kind of cheating, and I'm making it my own. You know what I mean? Kind of like a recipe. If you follow a recipe, sort of, but kind of change it up, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Well, she does give you all of the directions, and here's the pattern pieces that it all prints out for you. You just cut out what you need. She gives you directions, really good directions, gives you a supply list. I mean, it can't get any simpler, guys. If you want to follow her pattern to a T, I would highly recommend it. Okay. I have already cut out my pattern pieces. I'm going to need this tall snowman. Now this is, I think it said it was like 17 or 18 inches tall when it's finished. So this won't print on a full-size sheet. So what it does is it prints on 2 pieces of paper, and then you just tape the pieces together. See, she puts directions on there. She says tape this piece to this piece, and then you have your snowman pattern. And then this is going to be the little brim of his hat, which I'm going to show you how to put all together in a little bit. But I'm telling you, it's easy peasy, and for $3, you'll have a nice little project, and you can reuse the pattern over and over. Right? Doesn't get any easier. Good morning, Miss Deborah. You caught me live, Jillian. You sure did. So what I've done, I'm going to use muslin material for this. I thought about using some batting, some natural colored batting, but I wanted to think, okay, I'm going to try it on muslin first, and if I really like it, I might do a muslin or a batting version later. My words are just stumbling. They're just not coming out easily today. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what I've done is I've already taken this pattern piece, and I've traced out 2 pieces onto some muslin material. Okay, muslin material is just a real natural, see, it's just nothing fancy too. It's real natural woven material. You can get it really inexpensive. I usually get mine at Hobby Lobby. Okay. There are different thicknesses and weights to it. I don't know what it is. I just get it at Hobby Lobby. I've got it at Joann's and other places, and I haven't been as happy with the texture of it. So for what that's worth, let me just say, if you are a seamstress, I will probably make you cringe today. I don't do anything by the rule book when it comes to this. I'm just showing you how my brain works to put something together. And us as creatives, we all kind of do that, right? We kind of do our own little thing. I know words are hard today, Pat. I don't know what's going on. My brain is not connecting. Just not jiving with my mouth today. Anyway, so let me grab my coffee grounds. I have it in the microwave that's right behind you guys right here. I did warm it up a little bit ago, so I'm going to take it out and I'm going to shake it up, because I bet, yeah, you all see the cinnamon is all settled at the bottom there, so I just need to give it a good shake. Oh, really? Oh, rats. Well, there you go. There's a good blooper for to kick off our project. How about that? All right, let me get some, I do have some baby wipes over here. Now that I've got coffee grunge all down the front of my cabinets here, nothing like adding a little bit of coffee grunge to the floor and the cabinets today, you guys. Obviously, I didn't have my lid on there good. Y'all got a good blooper out of that. There we go. Easy cleanup, and good thing about it is just coffee, so it's not going to stain anything. It's not like it's paint. That would be a nightmare. Okay, here we go. Rewind. Let me make sure this lid is on here good this time. Now, I don't know. You know what? This jar actually kind of leaked on me a little bit yesterday, too. I wonder if maybe the lid is not bent a little bit. Okay. Now, let's try this again. There we go. It's working. Yes, you're right, Pat. I'm already smelling it. Oh, gosh. I'm telling you guys, I might be a basket case today. All right, I'm going to grab my cookie sheet, and I just have just a real simple, I feel like I'm stepping in it. I wiped it all up, but for some reason I still feel like I'm stepping in it. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sponge brush and I want to go ahead. Do I do or not? Here's what I want to do. I'm thinking through this, you guys. And my thinker is not quite in full capacity today, it appears. I'm going to take a little bit of some white chalk paint. I do want to kind of give these just a little bit of a white, just a little bit of white streaks on this muslin before I coffee grunge. And that's just going to kind of give me a real rough look, I think. And these streaks, it's going to blend in with my coffee grunge here in a second. So if I get clumps of paint, I'm not too terribly worried. Okay, now, as I'm doing this, I'm going to go right over it with my coffee grunge here in just a minute. I don't want to paint the hat. This is going to be his top hat right there. Let me go ahead and squeeze a little bit of this coffee grunge into that paint right there. Can you guys, y'all can't see what I'm doing. I've got just a little jar of white chalk paint, and I'm going to put some of my coffee grunge in there, kind of to thin it out a little bit, because I'm going to coffee grunge this snowman anyway. I got to see what you guys are seeing here. Let me make sure. Did I say, okay, let me see what you said. Tammy, did she say which, yes, the pattern. It is linked in my video description, I believe, and it's also, if you click that, I think there should be a little link icon at the bottom of the video that you're watching. If you've got this on full screen, there should be a little link icon somewhere at the bottom of your screen. If you tap on that, it will show you some of my featured links that I most commonly use, and one of those will say something about snowman pattern. Okay, it should be the first one that pops up. I don't know how it will appear on your screen, but hopefully it'll be the first one that pops up. But that will take you to the design on Etsy. It's by Peach Bottom Primitives is the designer. Her name is Denise. And it's only $3, you guys. It's only $3. Now, I am making sure that my brush movements are all going from top to bottom, because that's the length, the longest length of my shape here. So that's where I want my streaks to go. That's the direction I want my streaks to go, rather. I'm telling y'all, my brain not working today. Okay. Uh-oh, somebody getting snow. Uh-oh. We've had just a little bit of snow a couple of weeks ago. But that's all we've had so far. Right now I'm just giving this a little bit of some dry brushing of some white chalk paint mixed in with just a tiny bit of coffee grunge on this muslin cutout of the snowman. All right, it's going to be a little bit streaky, but I'm okay with that. We've got to get the base coloring on here first, and then we'll grunge it up and put it together. All right. Maybe I just feel like I'm in too much of a rush. Maybe I just need to slow down, slow my brain down a little bit. Maybe I'm just kind of in overreaction mode. Y'all ever get like that? You get flustered? I think that's what's happened to me this morning. Gotten flustered looking for my rusty bells that I couldn't find. Still haven't been able to find them. I know they're in here somewhere. They have disappeared. All right, I am not painting the top because I need to go over that with my black. That's going to be his little top hat. Okay. All right, it is still streaky, so let me kind of show you what we're looking at here. Let me see if my lighting will cooperate a little bit. There you go, a little bit. See how it is a little bit streaky? That's okay. All right, now let's go in with the top and let's do the black on the top for his hat. And I also have two of the little hat Let me show you. This part of the pattern is the brim of his hat. You need 2 pieces. I've already cut out 2 of the pieces onto some muslin fabric. Okay. I am going to paint those. Actually, those are 2 right there together. I'm going to paint these as well with a little bit of black. I need another little jar. Ooh, another mess, you guys. I'm just racking them up today. Running over here to my jar collection, you guys. I love these little yogurt jars. I use these for lots of things, mixing paint included. I'm going to put a little bit of this black chalk paint in here. You could use regular acrylic craft paint. It's whatever you have, honestly. It doesn't have to be anything particular. Just use what you have. All right, I am going to slide this over for a second because I don't want black paint to splatter on top of these pattern pieces. Gosh, you guys. Good thing I am in the kitchen today. Easy cleanup. As messy as I'm being today. Gracious. All right, I'm going to see this black paint. I'm going to mix in a little bit of this coffee grunge. If you all aren't familiar with my coffee grunge, head to the top of my Facebook page and I have the recipe pinned at the top for you. Okay, I mix it up and I put it in a jar and I use it for all kinds of things. All right, so I'm mixing that in with my chalk paint. That will thin it down so that I can kind of spread it a little easier. Good morning, Miss Barb. How are you? They have, yes, Miss Brenda, you can order lids for these little yogurt jars. I've never done that, but I did see that. I've meant to look at those and I just haven't. Okay, so with this black, I need to paint the top of his, let me hold this up for you. The top of the snowman pattern piece and then the 2 brim pieces for the pattern, okay? You know what, before I do that, I'm supposed to cut out a little circle. See the pattern here? You have to have a little circle in the center. Let me cut that out real quick. Because this actually slips down over, and I'll show you here in a second. It actually slips down over top of the top hat piece. So let me show you. So once you cut this out, so here's the snowman, the big snowman piece that we have laying here. Here's the pattern. So this brim piece will slide down over the top of his hat. I may need to make that hole a little bit bigger. Let's go with this side. It slips down over the top of his hat and creates the little brim. There we go. Maybe. Okay. You get the idea. It slips down over his hat. Now we might have to make some adjustments to the pieces once we get them put together, but it slips down over and then that ends up being his brim. Okay. Hey, Robin and Sharon, how are you all this morning? So let's go ahead and let's paint those brim pieces. And I really don't know. I feel like this is really, really dark. We'll see. We'll see. If it's too dark and we don't like it, we can sand it down, which a lot of times you will see primitive crafters do. I would suggest right now, if you are doing this, I would suggest that you put a layer of parchment paper under your pieces. I am out of parchment paper. Go figure. Out of parchment paper today, so no parchment paper for me. So do as I say, not as I do. Because today is just not a real great example. I'm not really showing you, not leading by example, that's for sure. Okay, painted both sides of that, and then over here on his top, the top hat, I'm gonna paint the top. Careful not to get it on the rest of my snowman. Now, as you paint, you will see, let me wipe my hands off because I can see I'm going to get this black on somewhere where it doesn't need to be. I forgot where I was going. Oh, you will see the edges of this fabric start to curl a little bit, and that's normal. So don't, don't worry that you're doing something wrong. It will curl. As you bake it, it will sometimes flatten, sometimes it won't. But when you put the pieces together, you don't have to worry about it. All right, now the whole idea behind the baking of this is that it stiffens the pieces and gives you almost like a leather sort of feel. It gives them a more durable texture. Whew. I'm messy today, you guys. Hey, Jessica, Kathy, and Terry. Thank you all for hopping on. I hope I'm not scaring anybody away with the messes that I'm making today. All right, so I'm just wiping that black off of my cookie sheet. Now, if you have 2 cookie sheets that you can fit in your oven at the same time, this would probably be a great time to use them. I'm not going to do that, but I do have my oven already preheated to 250 degrees. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and wipe a bunch of this paint off. I don't know. I probably could grunge these now, but I want the paint to kind of dry a little bit before I put the grunge on. Okay. Let's just put this in the oven just like this, 250. I'm going to be right here next to the oven for just a few minutes, and so we can kind of keep our eye on it. It won't take very long. All we're doing is drying that paint. Then we'll grunge it and dry it again, okay? So what am I going to use for the embellishments? Because I don't have my rusty jingle bells. You can use buttons, of course. You could use little pebbles, of course. I don't know what we're going to use. I've got a few things scattered out on the table, so we'll see what we use. Good morning, Miss Cindy from Illinois. Thank you, Miss Betty, for sprinkling. I appreciate you. Hey, Kathy, how are you? I'm just sitting right here by my oven. I have it at 250 degrees. I will peek at it probably in just a minute or two just to kind of look at it. All I really wanted to do is just dry it a little bit, and it doesn't take very long at all. Thank you, Miss Betty, for sprinkling. I appreciate you. So, yeah, we're doing this snowman from start to finish, mess and all. If you hopped on late, well, you missed a blooper. Because good thing I've been in the kitchen doing this project because I knew I would be baking this fabric. But I spilled coffee grunge all down the front of my cabinets. And, yeah, I went to shake it up and the lid wasn't on real good. So I made a complete mess there. Rusty wire with berries. Yes, Miss Cindy Lou. I've got those on my table. Actually, I don't have the rusty wire, but I have a strand of pip berries that I'm thinking I'm going to use as some embellishments. So these, I grabbed these at Hobby Lobby, and of course they're 60% off right now. So you can get them for like $3 or $4. They're not expensive at all. I do have some little pine cones. I have some cheesecloth. I'm looking at my table over here. I have some little mini I do have some rusty stars. I have some Excelsior. I have some little mini pine cones. And I do have, excuse me, I do have this little, this is actually a candle ring. I thought this was my garland. This is just a little candle ring, so we can't really use that. I mean, I could, but I don't want to tear it apart. I want to leave it as a candle ring. So let's put that back over there. I thought that was my garland. What I'm not seeing is my bag of, oh, actually, here we go. Maybe this is it. That's my black homespun. I'm not seeing my red homespun bag. Okay, that's all right, because I do have some red homespun here. It's just not coffee grunge, but I can just paint over that and grunge it up real quick. While our fabric is drying a little bit, that's what I'm going to do. I need a scarf for him. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this. I want this scarf to be a good size. I can always make a smaller one later if I need to. I'm going to go a little bit thick, probably like 1.5 inches maybe. All right, so I just cut a slit in the side of my fabric and I'm just gonna rip it down. And I can cut the length off later. We'll grunge that up here in just a second. So let's take a peek. Yeah, let's get that out. I need my oven mitt, you guys. Sorry, I know I'm probably shaking the camera, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying not to get my microphone cord caught in the oven. That would not be good, would it? All right, I need a towel because the pan is hot now. Now, the black is still a little bit damp, but the rest of it's good. And I kind of already like the look. Ooh, I don't want to get that on there. Pick those up a little bit so some air can get under them. But look how it's already kind of streaky. Now the lighting, and look at that. Isn't that cool already? We didn't really have to even, we had some grunge in the paint, which I think worked out just fine. I feel like I need to put these back in for a second though to dry that, what am I thinking? To dry that, the hats a little bit more. All right. So I'm going to take this grunge. I'm going to mix it up real good. I kind of want to, I'm thinking, do I want to add more grunge to those? I kind of already like the color of it. I don't know. I'm going to take a baby wipe. I'm going to put a little bit of grunge on this baby wipe, and I'm going to kind of blot it in some spots, kind of around like the edges. And that'll give me a little bit more without going overboard. You know what I mean? Okay, I used my sponge brush in my black paint. I was thinking, where did my sponge brush go? I used it in my black paint a while ago, so I can't put that in my coffee grunge anymore. So we'll just use a baby wipe. I'm trying to think, do I want to dab it or do I want to streak it? I don't know. I think I kind of like the streaks a little bit better. I'm just going around the edges. I kind of want that darker edge and then the little bit wider, brighter center. All right, now let's grunge up around his face a little bit. I like that so far. Are you guys seeing that? That's gonna look cute. That's the light over here is a little bit bright, so it kind of washes it out on camera. All right, let's do the other piece. Okay. We'll do the same thing. Go around the edges. And this is going to give it a good smell too, you guys. That coffee grunge, if you've not made or used the coffee grunge, oh, the smell alone is worth mixing it together. And it's not hard to mix together at all. It's a cup of hot water, a half a cup of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons of cinnamon, and then 2 tablespoons of just a cheap generic vanilla flavoring, or whatever you want to call it. Vanilla extract. There you go. Don't get the expensive stuff though, you guys. You go cheap. Go cheap. Okay, we've grunged it up. I like that. All right, so now we can put this back in the oven for just a tiny bit, and that will kind of help dry the hat, and then that will dry the grunge that we just put on. I'm going to put it in there just like that. Want a good look? It's looking good, isn't it? I'm excited about this. Okay, hold on to your eyeballs. The camera might shake just for a second. Put that in there. And the oven, I have my oven at what did I have it at? 250. So it will only take just a minute. All right, let's slide the coffee grunge out of the way. Now you could take this same pattern and use it to make some little bowl fillers, which I'm totally going to do probably. I'm not going to do it on today's live, but I'll probably do, I might do a little quick video of those. I think they're going to be cute because I need some little bowl fillers, and then I can also use them as ornaments. That's what I'm kind of thinking. You all know my little tobacco stick tree that we made a few months ago. I've taken everything off of that, and I'm going to use probably the same little pattern. Let me show you. If some of you, I know so many of you have hopped on since then. Here's the picture that comes along with the pattern. See those little bowl fillers? That's the bottom picture right there. Aren't those cute? I've got to make some of this. Now, I'm thinking what I'm going to do with those, instead of using my muslin material, I'm thinking about making those out of my cotton batting. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I want them a little bit softer. Now, I still will grunge them and probably bake them, but this has a little bit of a plushier feel. So I think that's what I'm going to do with my bowl fillers. We'll see. Do you need to refrigerate the grunge? Yes, you do. When you're not using it, I just store it in my fridge. And then when I'm ready to use it, I take it out and take the lid off. Put it in the microwave for about a minute or 30 seconds, depending on how much is in your jar. And then take it out of your microwave and shake it up. Don't shake it up before you put it in your microwave, you guys, because it might it gets kind of foamy when you shake it, and then when you put it in your microwave after you shake it, it'll kind of overfill your jar. Ask how I know. Ask how I know. How long does it usually last? That's a great question. I've never had any to go bad. Now, if you don't think you'll use it up faster than like 2 weeks, then I would use like distilled water or, some kind of purified water to mix it in with your ingredients. I just use straight tap water. So, and then I always use it up within a week or two at most. I wouldn't keep it beyond 2 weeks. I've never had it go bad. I don't know what it looks like when it goes bad. I don't really know what to tell you other than just use your own judgment when it comes to that. Yes, yeah, and then when you're finished with it, put it back in the refrigerator again. Yep. That's what I do. And I just use like an old like spaghetti sauce jar or something like that. Something that I don't care to, it comes clean. It can look pretty gross in the jar, especially when somebody goes to, what's happening? I have a wireless mic, Yvonne, and I'm not happy with it. I know I should. I have one. I can't stand to use it. It's aggravating. It really is. You would think it would be the opposite, but sometimes it doesn't connect, and sometimes it disconnects when I get it on. But anyway, so I just put it in an oat sauce jar like this, and then when I get done and I'm emptied with it, I just rinse it out with hot water, wash it, and then use it again. But it will kind of get slimy and goopy. While I'm waiting for that fabric to dry, I'm going to give it like another minute. But it can get kind of slimy and goopy. You see on my brush right there? See how that cinnamon kind of gets a little goopy and slimy? That's okay. That's actually a good thing, because that's what helps it stick to like the surfaces that you put it on. You can use it on paper. You can use it on, sorry, I think I got an eyelash in my eye. Paper, fabric, wood. I've used it on wood before. Gosh, what else have we used it on? I've used it to alter like thrift store books and things like that. I've used it on things like that. I have kept mine about a month. Oh, well, good. If you kept it about a month and it's still good, then that's great. I've never kept it that long, because I make the batch with a cup of water. And then a half a cup of instant coffee. So you don't have a whole lot. So if you go through it, if you're finding that you're going through it pretty quick, you might double your recipe. But if you find that you use that recipe and you're not going through it quick enough, you can cut the recipe in half. Okay, that's an easy tip. And yes, it has 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and 2 tablespoons of vanilla, but I always go cheap. I get the cheap cinnamon and the cheap vanilla, and I even get the dollar store instant coffee now. And so you're not really, if you have to throw out a batch, you're not wasting a whole lot. That's kind of the way I look at it. My glasses are crooked. Okay, so let me grab this out, and we'll see how we look with the fabric. It's looking good. Uh-oh, I just dropped a piece in the bottom of the oven. That's the last thing we need is fire on today's live. I better hush my mouth or I'll talk it. I'll speak it into existence today. Okay. These are nice. Yes. So once they bake, they kind of get a little crispy. Okay. A little tougher, and they just take on a whole new dimension, a texture. And I forgot to cut the little loops out of the little circles out of my little brims. That's okay. All right. So now let's move this pan out of the way. I'm gonna have to wash that paint off. Okay. Let me turn my oven off too, because I think we're done with that part. we can take the dish towel out of the way. Ah, forgot to, never mind, rewind. I'm telling you, my brain's not with it today. I need to grunge this little strip of homespun for his scarf. I got to talking and then totally forgot. So I'm going to just take my coffee grunge and go over that real quick. If I had my foam brush, it would go a lot faster. I could dip it in there, yes, but then I'm going to have to squeeze it out, get my hands all nasty, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take my little paintbrush here. And, okay, you guys, I think I hear the UPS man. If my dog starts barking, you'll know why. Yep. Yep. Pongo, all done. All done. Come here. He is on watch. He knows the sound. He was sound asleep here, and then all of a sudden he heard that noise. He doesn't even have to see it. He just hears the noise of the trucks. Isn't that funny? Not that the UPS man has ever done anything to him. He just knows that that means somebody's here. Okay. Now, you will see if you do the paintbrush method, one side gets pretty good and dark. The other side still has some blotchy areas where it doesn't quite soak all the way through. So I'm going to flip it over and just touch up those other areas that looks like it needs a little bit more. I want it good and grungy. This is going to be really cute, I think. I'm wanting to make a lot of snowmen. I'm kind of holding off on a lot of the snowmen because I feel like after Christmas, for me, I get more excited about snowmen after Christmas because it's just something to kind of keep the winter fun alive after Christmas. So a lot of times I wait and do snowman stuff after Christmas for that reason. Okay, I'm going to cut this off because I don't think I'm going to need it that long. Okay. So I'm just going to lay that on there. Spread it out, but kind of lay it on there like that. It doesn't have to be straight. I'm just going to put that right back in the oven for a little bit while we're talking. I actually have my oven turned off. I'm going to turn it back on. Okay, and while we're putting this together, that can dry because that's going to be one of the last pieces that we need anyway. So that works out good. Let's make sure I have everything wiped off this counter. So let's put this guy together. Now, I'm not going to, now if you're sewing, okay, if you're sewing this together, you would put the right sides of your snowmen together and stitch them up around the outside, leave a hole in the bottom and stuff it, right? I'm not going to do that. I'm going easy. Going easy mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my wrong sides together. Okay, so this will be the front or the back, either way. And I'm going to use my fabric glue, and I'm just going to glue around the edges. I do want to leave, I'm about to sneeze, you guys. Excuse me. I do want to leave the bottom open. I am going to have to, I do see a little spot at the top where when I trace this pattern, this pattern is not exactly symmetrical, and I kind of did a boo-boo when I was cutting out my pieces here. So his hat's going to be a little misshapen. That's okay though. We want him tattered and worn. Okay. Now I'm going to take my fabric glue and I'm going to go around the edges. I do kind of need to make sure he's lined up the best that I can before I start gluing, because it can get really, and if you want to, you can straight pin them to the pieces together. That would probably be the smartest thing to do. I'm going to start in the center, and I'm just going to put the glue right around the edges. And then, whoop. Ah, my nose is tickling. Now this one, now if I have any part of the snowman that doesn't quite match up, I'll come around and trim that off here shortly. Okay. Let's go to this side. My glue gun is working good today, you guys. It's usually a little bit stubborn. Okay. Press those down really good. This is going to be a good sized little snowman. All right, and I'm going to go around his hat. Well, here we go. It's going to be so cute. And then we'll stuff him and he'll start coming to life. Okay, let's see. I feel like there was an area I didn't get. Was it? Yeah, right here. No? Yeah. Fill in all the little spots or else your stuffing will come straggling out. Okay, now the areas that I have overhang, you can see right there. See, I have a little bit of overhang right there. I'm going to go around and I'm going to trim that off. He's not going to be a perfect snowman, but he's going to be perfect for me. Alright, now if you don't like the grunge look, you can totally skip the grunge, just paint it white, and just, you know, follow through with the same process. Don't have to do the grunge. Alright, now his little hat piece, here we go. His little hat brim, I need to glue that together too. But first, I need to cut out the circle in the center. So I've got two of these circles. I need to fold it in half and cut out the little slot in the center. And that's going to go down over his brim. So let me cut this out and I'll show you. And hopefully, okay, so I did that and then I'm unfolding it. Got that. Okay, I'm going to stuff this here in just a second, but I want to see if this is going to fit. Yeah, this needs to be a little bit longer, the hole in the center. Just fuss with it until you get it big enough that it'll fit down over that brim, or that top part of his head. Made it bigger. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's going to be cute. And that's okay if it kind of puckers a little bit. I'm good with that. Okay, so what I need to do now is I need to go around the edge of this brim and glue these two pieces together. I need to leave a little bit of an opening because I do want to put a little bit of stuffing inside this little brim, which is going to be a little tricky. And really it doesn't need very much, just enough just to give it just a little bit of some kind of little thickness to it. And it could be that I might not even need it. We'll see. All right, let's see. Let's grab a little bit of stuffing. Okay. I'm going to take it in the center where I didn't glue right there. I'm going to take it and I'm going to stuff it. Maybe if I can hold it apart. Yeah, that works. That works good. Okay. Whew. My hair is tickling my face, you guys. Okay, we're just going to keep putting a little bit of stuffing all the way around. And then it'll slip down over his top hat piece. This is going to be so cute. I can't wait to see it all finished. I'm going to have to keep looking for my rusty bells though. I wanted to use the rusty bells down the front of his belly. So, I had 2 bags of those bells, you guys, and I can't find either one of them. I've got my big giant bells, but I think they'll be too big for him. Okay, I've put a little bit of stuffing in there, and that gives it just a little bit of oomph. Just a little bit. Now, I probably will have to take some of that stuffing out of the center, but I'm going to slide that down over his top hat, and then whatever stuffing is showing, I think we've got a way I'm going to hide that here in a second. So now what we need to do is we need to take this stuffing, and we just need to fill him up. So this is kind of your part where you can decide how thick, how chubby, how thin of a snowman you want him to look, okay? He is going to stand up pretty nicely because we've baked him. We've baked the fabric, and so that will make him somewhat sturdy. I mean, we just put a little bit, he's going to stand up. What you also might think about doing is putting a little bit of like kitty litter, or I don't want to say sand, rice, dried beans, or something like that in the bottom, so that he'll kind of have a base to kind of sit on, and that'll kind of help him stand up even more too. All right, we're just stuffing, and I'm thinking I need something to like push that stuffing up there. Nothing like using kitchen tools for your crafts. I am in shorts. You're right. Oh my gosh, it's not 13. It is colder here, but it's colder yesterday and today than what it has been. But when I'm running around doing stuff, I'm roasted. So yeah, I'm in shorts. I'm winter from here up, and I'm summer from the waist down. Yeah, we gotta take that stuffing all the way up to his top. Whoop. Okay, I see a little spot that I didn't glue, so let's glue that before we get that stuffing up there. All right, maybe that did it. I see this side has a little bit of an overhang, but I'm okay with that for right now. That might be the back of his head. I kind of started off with his hat a little bit smaller than what it should have been anyway, so I don't want to trim too much off of his hat. Okay, I'm stuffing. Get that stuffing up there. Now, his hat, I don't want it so stuffed that it's like, I kind of want it to look flat, his hat, a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't want it to look super plump. Okay. Now let's take some more. I think that's a good. Now, I am taking this and I'm kind of pulling it apart a little bit before I take it in there. And that just helps it, prevents it from getting real clumpy. If you kind of pull it apart, kind of fluffs it, and then it keeps it from getting clumpy. See, like these are clumps. I can take that apart, just work it. Pull a little bit apart at a time, and that breaks up that clump. So now it's more feathery, okay? All right. Actually, I think that's a totally different kind of stuffing. I must have mixed something else in with it. It's like almost wiry. Okay. I did not think to bring my dried rice over here. We might have to open another. Yeah, let's open another bag of stuffing. I don't like that texture, but here's another bag. Hey, Gracie. In the bottom of that pantry closet, there's a little bag of dried rice. Dry, yeah, well, rice is dry. I wasn't thinking. It's in a little bitty bag. It was just left over, and I saved it for. It's not in there? Yeah. Thank you. we'll put that in the bottom. So he'll stand up good. He'll stand up good. Thank you. I think he's coming. He's coming along so good. And then we'll get to dress him up. We'll get to dress him up. So cute. Here, just a minute. This would look cute, you guys, as a gift, as a Christmas gift. Like if you give someone like a shirt box, wrap the shirt box, put, obviously with another gift, but use this as sort of like a gift box embellishment. Put it on top of the box and wrap it with a pretty bow. How cute would that be? Okay. Now, I've stuffed it pretty good. So let me kind of show you. That's the thickness of it. I could stuff more, but I'm not going to. That's good enough for me. Now I'm going to take this dried rice and I'm going to put it in the bottom, because I do want to give it a little bit of weight at the bottom. Actually, you know what? I probably could just leave that tied up. Oh well. I mean, I've made messes all morning. Why not make another one? I'm gonna pour that a little bit in there. Okay. Oh, stop pouring. There we go. All right. There we go. Now, let's glue this together. I'm stuffing that rice down in there. That stuffing, that batting kind of came up and wanted to push that out. We've got plenty of room, but okay, we're sealing that up. Oh, yes, we are. Fingers too. It dripped down the back. It got me. Okay, pinching that together carefully. Okay. And I can pull that extra off that dripped over. Okay, let me get that off my fingers. Okay. I probably should have put a little bit more in there. I probably will do that after. And I think I'm going to use dried beans because they're a little bit bigger. Ah, he's standing up. That's too cute. Okay, now let's fix. This is what I wanted to be the front. I'm just kind of scrunching him a little bit. Let's take this hat piece and let's put that over. This is his brim of his hat. Oh my goodness, he's starting to come to life, you guys. Let's tuck that extra cotton in there. Stuffing, batting, whatever you want to call it. Polyfill. That's what it is. Okay. Now, some of that stuffing is still showing. So what I'm going to do, okay, I'm going to get my twine. Yes, I am. Where is it? Actually, you know what? Let's use a little bit of cheesecloth. I just kind of had a different idea here. Let's use this. I just need a little tiny, this has already been coffee grunged. Let's get my glue gun out of the way. Boy, do I got a mess. Okay. I love using this cheesecloth. I may have made this piece a little too thick. I think I did. Let's thin it down a little. There we go. I'm going to tie that around his brim, I think. Emma, I'm looking. I don't have to glue it down just yet. We'll see. And then I can put a little red berry. I got some little red pip berries. Let's put a few of those up there. That'll be cute. I think he needs a little sprig of greenery. All right, some right over here. Let's cut. Let's cut. I don't need a giant piece. This is really sturdy. Okay, I just got a little bitty piece off of just a little greenery pick. Okay, I've got that. And what else? I just had a brain idea. Brain shut off for a second. I want one of these little mini pine cones. We'll put that on top of this little hat too. I want a little bitty one. This was a bag of little mini pine cones, you guys, that I grabbed at Hobby Lobby in their fall decorations. And I got it so cheap. Look at that little mini pine cone. Is that not cute? So we'll use that to kind of dress up his hat. Yes. Okay. I like it. All right. Let me get this extra rice out of the way because I'm knocking it everywhere on the floor. All right. Let's glue the berries in first. Put a little bit of hot glue on them. And then we'll stick those down in there. Add our greenery. And this is going to be really cute. I think I'm going to, let's stick hot glue on the greenery first. And then the pine cone will go right on top of that, sort of in the middle. I'm going to give you guys a close-up view here in about 2 seconds. I just want to make sure I get it good and glued on. Okay. There's what we have for his hat so far. And I totally see now I've got a little bit of overhang with his hat that I didn't cut off right there. Okay, I could just paint over it, but for now that's what we'll do. And if his hat is short, just kind of shimmy his brim down a little bit and then glue it. That's probably what I'll do. Okay, now let's work on, oh, I forgot about my scarf in here, you guys. Where did my oven mitt go? My scarf that I put in the oven to bake. Oh yeah, that's good and crispy now. Okay, let's move that batting out of the way. We're done with that. I don't think I need any more cheesecloth. Let's slide that over. Okay, clean up right there. All right, so now we need to bring him to life with a scarf. Let's see if this is, okay. This is gonna look really cute, I think. Now, I may have made it a little wide, but I'm just gonna kind of wrinkle it, scrunch it together, and then tie it. I'm not going to tie it. It's going to be in a loose knot. I don't want to tie it so tight that it scrunches his neck a little bit too much. Oh, he's going to be cute. I've already got another idea of a piece that I need to make to go with him. I don't know what I'm going to do that yet. We'll see. I think we might do that. I might do that on Monday. I'm going to be live on Monday afternoon at 2:15. Okay, I'm really liking that. All right, let's get this extra cinnamon that just came off of our little scarf. Now when you first, if you mess with this, the cinnamon that is on there, it will kind of come off. Once you stop messing with it, it'll be fine. And then you can do a little spray sealer, and that'll kind of help hold it in place too. So let's think. For his nose, I'm going to use a little bit of a skewer. Now, don't y'all look at my junk drawer here. Everybody's got a junk drawer, right? I'm thinking I'm going to use a little skewer. Or you could have used a little stump, a little stick. I kind of like a little irregular nose. Let me look over here and see what I got. Hang on. I might have something over here. You know what? What might work? Let's try something. Oh my gosh, if y'all could see my kitchen right now, it's a hot mess. I've got another idea. I'm going to use these pip berries. Now what's keeping my drawer from closing? I'm going to use the wire on these pip berries to make a little wonky nose. I'm going to cut the pip berries off because I can use those maybe for his eyes. We'll use a little bit of everything over here. Use what you got. Okay, so I've got this little wire. I'm just going to roll it, or twist it rather. Twist it and get it kind of lumpy. I want it thick. And that's not really getting as thick as I thought it would. Maybe I need another little wire to add to it, I think. I want it to have a little bit of substance to it. We can't have a skinny nose. Cut the pip berries off this one. Yeah. And I'll wrap it around here. That's a little better. Okay. Now, we could paint it a little bit of an orange. I kind of like the natural color though. I don't know, we'll see. I think what I'll do, actually I can use this same little wet wipe that I put some of that coffee grunge on a while ago. Put just a little speck of like this, what's this color? Terracotta. Put just a little bit of orange on that wet wipe with that right there. And just brush over that. So it gets a little bit of orange on it, but it's not anything super strong. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to kind of wash that orange on there. It's going to be an orangey brown. Okay. I gotta make sure it's dry. I don't want to definitely make a mess out of here. Okay. Now let's glue this on. Let's judge right here. I think right there. I want it off to the side a little bit. Now you could have it coming forward. You could have it pointed down. It's your snowman. You make him any way you want. Okay, I did put a little too much glue on there, so I want to get a little bit of that off. Okay. Ah, that's going to look so cute. Okay. We're going to let that dry, and while that's drying, you guys, let me get this glue strips off here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a paper plate, and these little pip berries that I cut off, we're using every bit of stuff that we got. I'm going to paint these just with that black chalk paint that I've got left over right here. I'm not going to go heavy because I want the paint to dry pretty quick. I'm just going to get the excess paint off of this sponge brush, and I'm going to dab that over these little pip berries. And that's what we'll use for his eyes and his mouth. Now some of these little pip berries are a little too oval shape, I think, anyway. Might be able to cut them down. Yeah, you can cut them down a little bit. That way we're not wasting the pip berries. Now, I think I am going to need a little bit of something bigger for his buttons, though. I'm just going to take it and dab over those. Okay, that looks like a mess, but we're getting the job done. Now, you could totally take a little bit of a thread and stitch a little crisscross eye. I'm not good with that kind of stuff, you guys. So that's why I'm doing it this way. All right, I should have brought my little dryer in here. Let's see, for his buttons, while those are kind of drying, let's get a paper towel and kind of dab those so they'll dry a little bit faster. Oop, there went one. They're not going to be completely covered in black. The red will actually shine through just a little bit, which I think will actually kind of be kind of cool. We'll see. We'll see how if this mess can turn into something cute here in a second. Now, you know what I'm going to use for his buttons? And I just had this idea. I've got these little rose hips over here in this little decoration. I'm thinking I might just use some of these little rose hips. There are some small ones in there. I'm thinking I might use those as a little button. Those would kind of, something earthy, something natural. Let's do some small ones. It's all about using what you got, guys. Okay. I think I need one more. That one's almost, this one's a little smaller. There we go. That's going to be cute. Okay. Hey, we can make this work. So while we're letting our little eye and mouth pieces dry, let's go ahead and put these on. These smell amazing too, by the way. I put too much on there. Okay. These are, I think they're cinnamon apple scented rose hips. So I like to kind of sprinkle them around in different little spots, but when I'm putting the heat of this glue on there, I can really smell them. They smell good. Okay. All right. Now, get the glue strings off. Oh yeah. He's looking cute. Now let's just put his little eyes and his mouth on here. I need some little tweezers. Yeah, these have a little bit of red still showing through, but that's okay because that kind of ties in with the red that we have on his scarf and the little berries that we have on his hat. Hey, he's almost done, you guys. He's almost done. Three more. Now I can go over with this little sponge brush and add just a little bit more black to these berries. That would require a very steady hand so that I don't get black on his face. And one more berry. Where is it? There it is. Ooh, too much glue on that one. Okay. Okay. Now, let me wipe my hands off real quick. I want to look. I'm thinking, does he need a rusty star or does he need something else? In her picture, she has a little broom beside of him. His little hat keeps wanting to slide up. So I'm going to have to glue that. For sure, glue that down. Glue strings everywhere. Okay. I don't know if I like those. I don't know. Those eyes are pretty cute. They are pretty cute. From my angle, they look a little more like oblong, oval shape than what I would like. But let's get a star and see what that would look like on his hat. Now the stars I have might be a little big. We'll see. And then I'm thinking we could put the star could go on his hat, and we could put one on his scarf too. Is that too much? Just one on his hat, or just one on his scarf, or both? Let me show you what we got here. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. You could also put a dab of paint in a cup. Swirl it around and cover. Yes, that's kind of what I tried to do a second ago, but I was trying to make sure they don't have too much on him. I definitely like it on his hat for sure. I do feel like his scarf needs a little bit of something. Woohoo! I dropped that one. I feel like he needs a little star there. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put it there. I still feel like it needs something else with it. Like it needs a little bit of greenery or something right there. Okay. And we still could add some greenery. Let's see if we can make him a little broom real quick. I've got, let me show you. This cinnamon broom, you've all seen me use one of these cinnamon brooms a couple of months ago. I'm thinking if I pull out a few, this is an extra one that I don't need. And I've just been hanging on to it because I thought I'll find something to do with it. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut part of this off. I'm going to use part of this for a little broom, I think, for the snowman. I was looking at the pattern that I printed, the pattern that I'm using, and her sample picture, her little snowman has a broom. It's the cutest thing. I could probably use some of these for his arm too, but I really wasn't going to give him any arms, I don't think. Okay, so I'm just taking some of this. See if I can't pull a piece of this out. That might be easier. Oh, no, it worked. Okay. And then I like this one right here. There's some thicker pieces that I think, oh, this is going to be cute. Okay. Oh my goodness, we're making a mess. All right, so these little branches kind of have a natural little fork in them. Hold on, this one's kind of. So where they start to fork, that's where I kind of want to tie them together. I've got a little piece of twine over here. Let's tie this together. I am going to shorten it. His broom's not going to be that long or tall. We'll make it suitable for his size. Okay. Just wrap this around a couple of times. That'll be, how cute would it be if we had a little mini red bird sitting on his broom? That would be so cute. I don't have any little mini red birds. That would be adorable though. All right, let's secure that down with a A little bit of hot glue. I might have to keep my eyes open for a little mini redbird ornament or something that I can use on this broom. I think that would be so cute. Okay. Now let's see here. I kind of want it, I'm judging to see how tall or and short we need to make it. So I need to cut that about right here. Oh, went flying. Yep, that's cute. Now then, let's trim the top. Trim it about right there. And I think I'm going to kind of stagger these. I don't want them all the same length because that would look like I cut it, but that's probably going to be what it's going to look like anyway. Might just be better just to break them like that. Okay, that's going to be his little broom. Now, how cute is that? Now, what I can do, I can take that where I have the little twine and glue that right onto the side of his body. That's going to be really cute. Okay. Whoa, don't want to get it tangled up in his nose. Oh, how cute. Now, he may look better with it kind of angled. Yeah. I'm just pressing that down and holding it while that glue gets a chance to dry. This is gonna look so cute, you guys. Let's see, I'm missing some comments. Hello Deb from Illinois. You're just hopping on. Glad you're here. Okay, now I think he needs a little bit of greenery, you guys. I still think he needs a little bit more green. So I'm gonna put a little punch of green in there, and I think we'll call him done. What do I need? He needs more green. I don't know if it needs it in his scarf. That's cute. Now, how could I make, y'all got any ideas for how to make a little mini red bird? Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to DIY my own red bird. I think I'll have to find wood. Thank you. The pattern, you guys, is on Etsy. It's $3. I have the link. If you tap at the bottom of my screen, if you're watching this on Facebook, bottom of my screen, there is a little link icon, or there's a little button that has 3 dots. You can tap on it and it'll say like something like featured links. That's what you want to tap on. And there's several links there that I'm commonly asked for. So I've got lots of links there, but there's one, should be maybe at the top of the list, that says primitive snowman pattern. It'll take you to Etsy where you can purchase it. I printed it. It's so cute. It's a pattern that you sew. Now that's what it's designed for. I did not sew. I probably would have been a lot faster to sew it, honestly, if you do that kind of thing. But there's the picture of the pattern. You can make 3 different things in one with that pattern. The little bowl fillers, or the snowman that's in the center, which is what we did today, or the little crock pick. See how she has those picks in a jar? That's adorable. We're gonna do I'm gonna do the little bowl fillers, maybe a couple crock fillers too. I don't know, but I probably won't do those on a live. But this one was in lots of detail. The first time I've done one like this, but I'm happy with him. I think he's so cute. I have a partner piece that I want to make to go with this. I've already got it in my head. I know exactly what it is. And we might do that on Monday. On Monday at 2:15, I'm going to be live, but I won't be live here on my Sweet Home Living page. I'll be live in the Craft on the Clock group, where you guys can find me over there at 2:15 on Monday. That's 2:15 Central Time. And I'll see about making a complimentary piece that goes with this little guy. I can't wait. I can't wait. He turned out so cute. I think so too. I think he turned out really sweet. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, charming. I need to fix his hat a little bit, his little brim. But I'm going to glue that down, and I think I'll be satisfied with him. I think he turned out really sweet. Really sweet. For using what we had, you know, you can use the same pattern and get a totally different look. You know, thank you all so much. We do have another creator coming up live in the Craft on the Clock group in about 8 minutes, okay, at 12 o'clock Central. 7 minutes, actually. And I can't think off the top of my head who it is. The schedule's left my brain. But go to the Craft on the Clock group. You'll find that creator live in just a few minutes, okay? If you do that kind of thing, that sounded it, like sewing is a very sketchy thing for something to do. I know. If you do that kind of thing, yeah, it takes a very special person to sew, you guys. I don't have the space. I don't have the space, nor the time, nor the patience. I have a sewing machine. Ask me how many times I've used it, and I can probably count on one hand how many times I've used it. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Debbie. I think he's so cute. I've got a good little piece I'm going to make on Monday afternoon at 2:15. You'll find me over there in the Craft on the Clock group on Monday. I will also be live on Saturday morning, you guys, for an event called In the Nick of Time. If you need some last-minute gift ideas, it's an all-day event. It's going to be hosted over in the Craft on the Clock group all day on Saturday. And then tomorrow, Friday, in the Craft on the Clock group, we're having gingerbread party theme day. So if y'all are in for some holiday fun, and you don't have to go searching all over Facebook, just head straight to the Craft on the Clock group. We have it all there for you. If you're in that group, you can look in the featured section at the top of that group. And that's where you get all of the broadcasts, that you can find them right there when the time comes for someone to be up on their time. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys on Saturday morning for sure. Again on Monday. And who knows? We'll see. Maybe pop in tomorrow. We'll see. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.